From the Ticats Audio Network, this is ongoing coverage of Grey Cup Week in Hamilton, presented by Swoop Airlines.
Oh, boys, it's Grey Cup Day. It's Grey Cup Sunday. It's Louie B, Andy Fantuz, and Luke Tasker at the Hamilton Convention Center getting set to head over to the stadium. But before we do that, we got one more piece of content to bring you. And Ticats Audio Network during Grey Cup Week, presented by Swoop Airlines, the official airline of the 108th Grey Cup. That beach vacation you've been dreaming of is about to become a reality with Swoop, Canada's ultra non-expensive airline. Visit flyswoop.com to fly to sunny destinations for less and listen to the Ticats Audio Network all throughout Grey Cup Week. As in partnership with Swoop, we're giving away an amazing prize, a pair of round-trip flights to anywhere Swoop flies. All you have to do is listen for the Swoop keyword, and we'll give you a different keyword in every piece of content we create this week. So the more you listen, the more chances you have to win flights. Go to ticats.ca/listen to win for full contest details, terms, and conditions. As mentioned, Louie B, Andy Fantuz, Luke Tasker. Andy, let's start with you.
It's game day.
It's game day. Grey Cup Sunday. How you feeling?
Isn't this incredible? The city of Hamilton has done such a wonderful job of making this experience as like, air quote normal as possible, and the energy in the city. And obviously it helps to have the Ticats in the game, but they're just putting on a great show and just setting it up for today and then again for 2 years from today. So. Oh man, I'm having so much fun. I'm getting to do so many cool things and meet people from all across the country and tell stories and hear I have 59 Grey Cups in a row. Last night I met a guy and 52 both last. I was like, this is wild. Yeah. So this is only my 11th Grey Cup only, but I'll see if I can get to 50. We'll see.
Luke, the amount of former players we've seen, like CFL alumni. I mean, we've just been seeing everybody, former Ticats, and like to Andy's point, I mean, the different jerseys you see on the street. Like I've just been, shuttling back and forth between the convention center and here, and it's just like there is an electricity in this city that I haven't felt I don't think I've ever felt in my years here in Hamilton.
Dude, this week has been unbelievable, man. And I got to hand it, the Ticats and the CFL, the Ticats have done an unbelievable job this week with the events, with the stuff. There are so many things that fans have been able to come to. Like we're sitting outside the convention center right now while there's huge alumni fan party happening behind us where we're sitting here, and it's just awesome, man. Courtney Stephen has got all the alumni from every generation of Ticats together here. It's like it feels like it's just a great fraternity of former players all around. Just unbelievable, man. I
mean, you have to shout out Courtney. I mean, this guy was preparing to like you. I mean, this guy was preparing to play just a year ago before announcing his retirement, and he's done a fantastic job. The amount of alumni, like you said, that we've come through. Let's talk about the game itself, because the Hamilton Tiger Cats, I mean, this team, coach has said there's not really a set identity on who this team is. If we have to be, big play on offense, he's confident in that. If we have to be a shutdown defense, he thinks his team can pull it off. If they have to be creative on special teams, we saw Pappy White. Andy, what is it going to take for the Ticats to take home the 108th Grey Cup tonight?
It's going to take some of those individual performances that just stand out. Those plays that just you cannot be denied. You have those that wow factor. It's going to take those players, whether they're the stars on the team or I mean, everyone's a star on the team, but it's going to take those efforts that just are go above and beyond and really stand out and are memorable over and over and over. And I think that's going to happen. It's like the stars are aligning in the city. The man upstairs is looking out with the weather. It's amazing. I can't believe it's December here.
Beautiful day.
It's a good thing the game wasn't yesterday, because I got
that was so
Dave
windy,
Cadeau, our producer for the Ticat Audio Network, texted me a picture from the stadium. The goalposts were, I'm talking, whipping around, like things blowing from the street onto the field, like circus. Today is beautiful, though. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
It's supposed to be about 3 degrees by the time kickoff. It's clear, not a cloud in the sky throughout the day. And, I don't want to say this on the air, but it's good drinking weather.
Yeah. But honestly, in all fairness, though, it is going to come down to the trenches. That every play after play after play, it's going to be on the line of scrimmage is where the game's going to be won. And then the playmakers are going to have to make some outstanding plays on the peripheral. But that that O-line D-line matchup on both sides is really what I'm looking forward to watching the most, because you got the best in the league going against the best in the league, so it's amazing.
All right, Luke, let's talk about that, because obviously the big story this week, the rumor floating around was, Teddy Laurent had to have his appendix removed. Coach wasn't confirming that, just said, he did have to have surgery. He was at walkthrough yesterday. The team said it was a great rallying point just to see him. Coach had mentioned, he didn't have that big Teddy laugh. He couldn't do it with the stitches still so fresh. But just to have him in the building, it's going to be Autry the second who's going to be stepping up there on that D-line. But I mean, you still look at Garrett Davis, Dylan Wynn, Julian House here. I mean, they're really confident. Next man up mentality is something that we've heard, 1,000 times throughout this year. But I mean, this is the ultimate test here with Autry in there at that nose tackle spot.
Yeah, it is, and that has been an unbelievably productive group for the Ticats this season. I think that next man up has to be tangible. Like he's gonna have to play a really good football game. Winnipeg runs the ball effectively. That you gotta get to Zach quickly and not allow him to sit back there comfortably. So Autry the second stepping in for Ted Laurent, yes, but the rest of that defensive 12 is gonna have to have play at the highest level they have all year.
Mason Bennett, we've seen him come in and make big plays. Malik Carney's coming in moments. And, I mean, that D-line it's really well coached. And Mark Washington is going to have just about everybody ready to go. Let's stick on defense, because no Des Lawrence again. So Tunde moves over to that halfback spot. Stavros Katsantonis is getting the start at free safety. I mean, not an easy position to be put in. Coach has mentioned it. There's no rookies anymore. It's the Grey Cup. These guys have played, but we've seen
your rookie season ended at the end of the regular season.
So we've seen Stavros come up. He made that big interception in the East semifinals against Montreal, set the team up in great field position. But still, I mean, this is a big spot for Stavros to be thrown in there at free safety.
Yeah, the team has full faith in him, and it's shown all year. He's been one of those guys that, to me, has really stood out as getting better and better each game, and being impressive every time he's on the field. And it's definitely not, like any kind of liability at all. They have full faith in him. So I like the lineup. I like the move here and kind of keeping Tunde still relatively in the box and then bumping Ciante out. I think the DBs are set up well to have success today.
Let's stick on that free safety spot, because behind Stavros Katsantonis on the depth chart is one of my all-time favorite, no offense to you two, but one of my all-time favorite guys who suited up in black and gold, number 35, Mike Daly. A frustrating year, and Lou, you can kind of appreciate this when you have a year like this where you struggle with injuries, and every time you come back something happens, But to see him out there, McMaster guy, he cares so much about this city. This city loves him right back. To get to see him dress in the lineup, and to Andy's point, if we're talking about big guys making big plays, I would not be surprised if number 35 has one of those big plays on special teams, whether it's a strip, whether it's a big tackle. I really think 35 is going to be a player to watch here on special teams.
I was the moment when I saw him come to our table at the awards show, it was like filled my heart, man. Like that guy is going to make himself known in the game. Like he 100%, he's going to be around the ball every single special teams play that he's on. That's how he's always been. Such a positive influence on this team without having seen much on-field play this year. He's had a lot of things physically that he's been dealing with, and you ask any other player or coach about him, he's been an asset to the team all the more just because of what he adds. But he gets to actually suit up tonight, man. That's going to be awesome.
He was out there. He was calling, what the offenses were. He had that flip chart every single game. He was out there every single practice, and just one of those veteran guys, just like Chris Van Zyl. When Van Zyl was hurt earlier in the year, he was still out there. Van Zyl was, feeding his linemen water just to keep him hydrated, right? And let's turn over to the offense, and Andy, let's talk about this receiving group of the Ticats, because maybe one of the underreported storylines has just been how consistent they've been able to stay, right? And it's not too often you get the same receivers game in, game out. And now with Dane Evans, a full week of practice as the starter. I mean, Dunbar, Ackland, Tim White, Speedy, Ungerer, any one of those guys is capable of making a big play in this game.
Yeah, it was a strange season because the first half of the season, the lineup was different every single game in the receiving corps. But since then, it has been this consistent group. And so that allows them to build that rapport with each other and with the quarterback and the entire the entire offensive philosophy. So they're really working together and finding out their strengths and different ways to attack defenses. So I love this lineup. Like a guy that is impressing me all year long is Tim White, and I expect big things from him today. He's going to be one of my X factors. And of course, like Jalen's game last, like he was one of those guys I mentioned that just was, had that effort that wouldn't be denied, and just so. Got that grittiness, that toughness to go and just continue to fight for everything possible. So I love this receiver group, and Dane brings it. He brings it. Well, we'll get to Dane, but he brings an energy that is contagious around these guys. So they're going to be having fun and exciting, and I think it's going to be really important for this team to start fast. And I think that the Ticat, the energy in the stadium is going to help that. I think Lou and I were talking about sort of in 2013 where we went into Saskatchewan, and we knew there would be a lot of fans there, but once the game started, it was like we got hit with a tidal wave of something we weren't expecting from that energy in the stands, and that's what I think it's going to be like today. So the fans are going to get it pumping, and if the Ticats start fast and physical, then they're going to feed off that, and it's going to snowball. So I think it's really important to start fast.
I think on that receiver core too, like it's Speedy B is Speedy B, man. Like he's going to show up this game, and he's going to have it. They're going to need him to have an impact offensively, and who knows how things are going to shake down in special teams, and if he gets called on for some responsibility there as well. But I'm excited to see his game tonight. Nico Kalinich has just been awesome all year. CFLPA All-Star. Like he's just like every game he's impressive doing something, whether it's special teams or offense. I just been an impressive core. And to Andy's point, there was adversity all over the offensive line and the receiving core. Like that offense was very in flux, not to mention the quarterback controversy. And for the second half of the season, that wide receiver group and the offensive line group, with the exception of Darius Sirocco, who is kind of in and out, but they found some consistency and some confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, Jordan Murray, Revenberg, Sirocco, Woodmansey, Van Za. I believe this is the third straight game. Those five will be starting, and we've talked about it. I mean, it is synchronized swimming when it comes to the offensive line. You need to be in step with the guy beside you. You need to, and Darius Sirocco, from what we've heard from him in terms of what Chris Van Zyl says about the way Darius is able to see plays and he's able to call out, that's such a huge responsibility for a center. And full credit to what John Yarborough was able to do in that spot. But having Sirocco out there is obviously huge. Let's talk about Dane because he's never lost at Tim Hortons Field as a starting quarterback, by the way. Never lost.
That's amazing, huh?
The Ticats are 16-2, by the way, in their last 18 games at Tim Hortons Field, including the postseason. So to Andy's point, home field advantage is going to mean something here. But Dane Evans, comes into that game 16 of 16, 250 yards. He rushes for another. I mean, this is a guy who puts his body on the line. And as a receiver, when you see your guy go, head down, shoulders down, just going for that extra yard, it's got to pump you up just a little bit more to see if my quarterback's willing to do that. I can try to shake off a few more tackles and a few more yards.
The energy is contagious, and the leadership is contagious through the sideline, on the field, and through the sideline in the locker room. The play that stands out to me is that weird fumble from at the end of the half where Edwards was I think it was Edwards running it back, and he was able to sort of shed a block of Dexter McCoyle, one of the most physical specimens in this league, shed the block, and not only make the tackle, strip the ball and prevent any further points, which ended up being a huge difference in that game because they were only down 12, I think. Only down 12 at half, and they were able to come back and turn it around. So just that kind of effort play, it's gonna take that from everyone, and I don't think it's hard to to have that mindset going into the game, because it is the Grey Cup, everyone's juiced. But the important part is to keep that state of mind or frame of mind as adversity happens throughout the game. Winnipeg's professionals too. They're the class of the league this year. Like in the standings and the stats, they cleaned up all the awards. It's kind of like a flip from 2019.
I was just about to bring that up. It really is opposite world.
But anyway, they're going to make plays. So and there's going to be times where you're going to have to just flush it down, flush the last play, and focus on the moment. So that's the most important thing throughout the game. Just like that consistent intensity, like state of mind, play in and play out.
The Ticats had great starts for a lot of games this season. They had some rough fourth quarters. They only until these last two playoff games ever came back on a team if they were down at a court. Like that didn't happen all year. If they got behind, they got behind and they couldn't climb that back until this East Final in Toronto when they came back for a 12-point deficit. But we've got to see a good first half from the Ticats. I really do believe that's going to carry. That's going to carry. They need to put some production up early in this game.
Yeah, let's talk about, is there a tangible element of, Sim has been here, like Sim, Masoli, Speedy, guys who you guys played with back in 2013, guys who were at that game. Is there some sort of tangible, even Teddy, is there some sort of let's win it for Sim? I know Sim probably doesn't want that. Speedy probably doesn't want that. But even seeing Teddy, at practice yesterday, knowing that he was in the meeting room, what does that do in the locker room? There's got to be some sort of, even if it's not tangible, there's got to be some sort of extra emotion that goes into it when you think about these guys and what they've been through and the experiences they've had. Because this is a young team. There's a lot of rookies. There's a lot of first-year guys who have stepped up. Santos Knox, Deontay Evans, among them. There's got to be something like, okay, we're a special group here, but these guys are our leaders.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Louie, but I think even the players would agree with me in this situation. I think it's more about people outside of the locker room that this game, who we're doing it for, like the late Angelo Mosco, like Bob Young and Scott Mitchell and Matt Huffnick, like Drew, and like the guys are playing for people in the organization as much as they're playing for each other, and that's what is so beautiful about this tradition of football here in Hamilton, is that it's so intertwined that we're all like a family, and there's so much love for all parts of what is Hamilton Tiger Cats football. So I can't point out any players that I would say that stand out to me. Of course, those guys that you mentioned that have been here the longest, but they're all going to be playing for they're seeing Drew every day, and he's like a staple here, and he's one of the most loved people in the world, and that's just one example. There's hundreds.
Like
of them.
You said, the stars have aligned for this game. It's so it's almost corny to even say on the air, but you talk about Mosca and that the emotion that came with that game back in November. You talk about getting this stadium built. The first that was a struggle. I know Bob doesn't like. I know we don't like talking about it, but there was a lot of conversation about that stadium and what's it going to happen. And so to have this game in this stadium, 25,000 people there today, all rocking the black and gold. Can you measure what that does, Luke?
This is so meaningful for this city, and being around for the last couple of days and being around alumni, I've seen Sandy Beveridge 5 times a day for this week. It feels special for all of us, all of these alumni in these recent years, and even me, just being so recently removed, it would mean a lot to me if these guys won this Grey Cup. And of course, there's no credit to me. Every team's different. But I was so recently there that I would feel a little pride in winning this Grey Cup, because Andy and I were part of Coach O's reign
Coach
here.
Even Coach Tommy.
Tommy.
You and Tommy go back to
Jeff
Cornell,
Reinbold,
right?
Yes.
That's and I guess a name that's come up that I've heard a lot throughout the week is even a guy like Ken Austin.
Yeah.
Right? What he kind of started to build here back when he first got here.
He brought
a lot of the
Orlando,
pieces are still,
Tommy, Jeff. That all Kent brought those guys in.
A lot of those pieces, Berkey and you said, Drew. There's so many guys in the building that have worked so hard to get to this point, and even I was watching a hype video that our social media team, we have the best social media and content team, and that's not including us, but the guys who put together those videos that you post out. I was watching one of the videos, and I was like getting emotional. Like I'm going to admit it right now. If the Ticats win this game, without a doubt, there will be tears. Tears of joy, tears of excitement, tears of I've pictured it. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it right now. I know we still got to play the game, but to get to this point, and that place is going to be rocking tonight.
I specifically have Speedy in my mind just because I was in the same room as him for all the years, and I just think highly of him. And presumably he's probably a future Hall of Honor.
100%.
Right? And for him to kind of get this. Get the Grey Cup back in Hamilton to be a part of that. For him, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the team on the other side real quick because I think we all know Zach. You guys know Zach really well. I like to think I know Zach pretty well. I mean, he is about as motivated as ever, not just to win this game, but this Winnipeg team could be on the verge of a dynasty if they do pick it up. How do you slow down a guy like Zach Collaros?
It's more about containing, I think, than anything. Luke mentioned earlier, it's about you can't let him sit back there all day long because he has the poise to do that, to feel when if he can take more time and allow his receivers more time to get open, he's a guy who has that experience to be able to do that. So that D line has to put some pressure on, get some hits, and force him to throw in rhythm to be successful. Because he's a guy that can extend plays with his legs, and then it makes it really hard for defensive backs to guard a guy when it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. If it's a rhythm throw, a 5-step, 7-step, and throw, that's a different story, and that would play in the Ticats' favor. So that to me is it's really about containing Zach. I don't expect him to make a lot of mistakes today. I expect him to have an efficient game because he's a great player. He's the league's best player.
The thing that I've always thought Zach is the best at getting out of the pocket and not just making a play happen. Actually, Dane and Jeremiah are both great. When they get out of the pocket, they can go and get yardage and put their shoulders down. Yes, Zach can do that. Zach can keep his eyes downfield into the defensive secondary. I think he's better at that than anybody in the league. So he doesn't just get out of the pocket and then either run for his first down or hit his check down. He gets out of the pocket and hits that deep post that now is corrected and come back to him. So dangerous. I mean, you do have to contain that defensive front four. Has a big day.
We talk about the trenches. There's going to be some specific battles we'll be watching today. Chris Van Zyl versus Willie Jefferson. I mean, that's going to be a battle that's just going to we're going to be watching all day. And then on the other side, Stanley Broughton has proven he's one of the best offensive linemen. Garrett Davis is going to try and prove him wrong, though, as when you look at kind of what this trenches battle is going to look like here in the 108th Grey Cup. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's wrap this up here, Andy, because we want to enjoy this party down here at the Hamilton Convention Center. We got to make our way to the stadium eventually this afternoon. What are the Ticats?
This is fun, man. Like honestly, what is it? Not even noon yet, and I feel like I could talk for 3 hours about the game. I could. Yeah.
We will.
Soak it in.
Hey, we're here. We're at the convention center. If you see us, come talk football because we can keep this conversation going all day.
Throughout this pregame, people have come up and been taking pictures with us throughout this process. It's awesome, man.
It's pretty awesome. I love how the Eastern Social Hall, the Western Social Hall was very CFL. Generic, not even generic is the right word, but this is Ticats. This is the Ticats party. All these people are going down to the stadium afterwards. It's going to be fun.
But don't be afraid if you are wearing other colors though, because the Grey Cup is all about the league, and that's what makes it so special. And that's what is awesome about this league is that there's just love. It doesn't matter what color you're wearing. There's BC and Edmonton and Saskatchewan and Calgary and Ottawa and Montreal. And Toronto, they're all in this party too. Of course, it's 99% Ticats, but there's some color sprinkled in, and which is great, which is what I love. And it's like like last night, I'm at the. I'm just sitting
there.
there.
Wait, is this story stay for the podcast or
no? Just the experiences that the Ticats and the CFL have put on for fans in this Grey Cup in a time where of such uncertainty, it's incredible. I'm sitting there with Damon Allen and Gizmo Williams, like guys that I just idolize. Like I know Damon fairly well, but I didn't meet Gizmo until this week. And boy, is he funny! he is so funny. Oh my goodness.
That's what I love about this league is that it's characters, right? It's the personality.
Yeah.
Because I've obviously I've been a football fan forever. Like Luke, you've been around the NFL forever, but the idea of the personalities here is just something different, right? There's just an incredible passion, whether it's for your team, like you said, whether you're an Argos, there's just a passion for this game, and they want to see the league do well. They want to see other teams do well. It's just this shared community of people that we've got to celebrate all week. Yeah,
it's just been a fantastic event, man. I'm in there taking pictures with Andy Fantuz fans from Sask, Andy Fantuz fans from Hamilton. There's just folks everywhere, and we've been at events since Wednesday for me.
Tuesday.
Andy flew in on the helicopter on a Monday or Tuesday. But there's just been events all week, and obviously tonight's going to be another great party.
All right, let's wrap it up here with the game. Final thoughts. What are the Ticats going to need to do to win the Grey Cup tonight, Andy?
I don't want to be lame, but the turnover battle is going to be so crucial.
Oh, yes.
You know what though?
Where's the bell? Ding,
Both
ding,
finals
ding.
were won by teams that lost the turnover ratio.
Really?
How weird is that?
That's true, eh? Yeah.
In the biggest games of the season to this point.
This Winnipeg team is strong and solid, and especially when they have a lead. They've been known for years.
Yeah.
This era of the Bombers has been known to sort of just milk the game out with leads and really rack up those rushing yards late in the game. So that's going to be so important, is to start fast and then not give anything away, no turnovers.
And I think to that point, you look at Dane's first 5 attempts in that game in 2019, sack, tackle for loss, interception, tackle for loss, sack. I don't think it's hard to understate just what that experience meant for Dane. Dane's played in loud games at Tim Hortons Field. He was here at the East Final in 2019, right? I love that goal. It was friggin' awesome. Running out of the tunnel and seeing all the black and gold and using that energy. I think I'm going to make a prediction that I think Dane's going to be the MVP. I think the Ticats are going to win. I think Dane's going to be the MVP. Because I think this guy's ready for this moment. He's played in big games. He knows he didn't buy into this revenge or redemption from 2019. It's a different team. 2019 was 2 years ago, but I think he is a quarterback that is ready for this moment. Not that Jeremiah wasn't going to be, but he's a quarterback that's ready for this moment, and I think he's going to be the difference tonight.
Yep, it's almost like. I'm willing to say that Dane almost has to be the MVP if the Ticats are gonna win. It really it's going to require a great passing attack, and it's going to require him making some things happen with his legs. Yeah. That pass rush they're going to have their success too, right? It's going to take Dane being great, and that guy is born for it, man.
To be fair though, I also wouldn't rule out Jagarrett Davis for MVP. He has had a absolutely monster playoffs.
4 sacks.
Oh my gosh! What he's been able to do. That knockdown in the end zone in Toronto, right? He looking like a DB out there at times. I think JG is going to have a big game. I think Dane's going to have a big game, and with that, his receivers are going to come up huge. I think the start, like you said, I think the stars are aligning tonight, and I can't wait.
Me too, buddy. This is going to be amazing, and fans, if you're listening, just get wild. That goes for you too. That playoff state of mind, because
you got to be at your best in the playoffs.
You got to be at your best in the playoffs, and it needs to be rocking no matter what's going on in the game, all game long. So. Just give the team as much support as you can, and I will. I probably won't have a voice by the end of the game. But
I was losing my voice up on stage last night, so I just don't know how it's going to work going the rest of the way.
So get loud, be proud, and have some fun. This is amazing. Grey Cup is back, and the hometown Tiger Cats are in it with a chance to win it. Let's go get it.
Let's go get it, gentlemen. We've been told we have to do a show tomorrow, win or lose. So.
Beauty.
We'll
Love
do that
it.
show. Hopefully it's a winning show. Hopefully it's on 0 hours of sleep so we can get to celebrate.
Get to, not got to.
Yeah,
okay, Louie?
oh my gosh. Is Coach O in the room? I didn't hear that. The only thing guaranteed in life is adversity, by the way. But they've really preached that.
Did you come up with that?
No.
Oh,
I wish
wasn't
I
you?
did. I wish I did. All right. This has been a lot of fun. There's a party going on inside, so let's go enjoy that. We do got your keyword here for you as my internet decides to slow down and my hard copy is not in front of me. I know, like I said, I'm sure our keyword is Grey Cup, right? Grey Cup. Our keyword is Grey Cup. Let's go to ticats.ca/listen to win. That's ticats.ca/listen to win. Enter the keyword Grey Cup, and you can win a pair of round-trip flights to anywhere Swoop flies. Of course, Swoop, a proud partner of the Ticats Audio Network this week and the official airline of the 108th Grey Cup. Gentlemen, let's go party.
Come check us out. There's a lot of alumni here. It's a lot of fun. It's very healthy love in this area. And there's great bands playing. Dwayne Gretzky's going to come on. We heard them the other night, and they were fantastic. Just people are rolling in nonstop. It's been great. So come check it out.
Positive vibes only.
Yep.
That's it. That's what we're here for. All right, let's go party. Enjoy the game. We'll be back tomorrow for the Ticats Audio Network. For Andy Fantuz and Luke Tasker, I'm Louie B. Enjoy the game. Go Ticats!
Ongoing coverage of the 2021 Grey Cup Week is provided by the Ticats Audio Network and presented by Swoop Airlines. Subscribe, follow, and like to hear the latest from what's happening in Hamilton leading up to the Grey Cup.